Hi everyone, I'm Koha with Next Home Web Builder here, and today I'm gonna go through an article that I recently read about a self-made millionaire. The title of the article is 39 years old frugal self-made millionaire. Five things I never refused to spend money and times on. Now I'm gonna go through this article and see if his advice are sound or not, and I'll give you my personal take on it. So here we go. Let's see. This one I read was from CNBC Make It. So let's see. This is the title. I'll put the link in the description later if you want to read it. So this person, his name is Jonathan Sanchez, and he is the first millionaire in his family. He teach other parents. Now he teach other parents how to build generational wealth, which is actually my company name, Next Home Wealth Builder, and that's my goal. I think, also. So he said his journey to become a millionaire in the family through passive income, real estate investing, and personal finance business came from a desire to spend more time with the family. Well, everybody have that. Same thing with me. So I'm like, I wanna, make good money so that I can have more time for my kids. I have two kids, and they're amazing. So I want to spend as much time with them as possible. So that's why I always looking for ways to make money on passively. Okay, so building passive income stream has allowed me to work more present with my wife and kids, being frugal. Okay, but living frugally isn't about spending less money or buying cheap things. It's about being more intentional and not wasteful. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's see what his advice are. Okay, so the first one is I never buy a brand new car. Okay, um, car often shed about 60% of their original purchase price within the first 5 years, which is why I can't justify spending so much money knowing that the value will only depreciate. Insurance premium for new cars are typically more expensive. Okay, so he preferred to buy used car only. Now the thing is, I don't entirely agree with this idea, because the thing is that between a new car and a used car, a car, to be honest, like not too many people think a car is an investment vehicle. So a car is it's kind of like a liability. It's not an asset. So I I never, when I buy my car, I never thought about like like selling it back later on. So for it to depreciate or not, it's not really the priority for me. Like because if I'm planning to buy a car and just use it until the end of the life of the car, then no matter how quickly it's depreciated, it doesn't really matters because I'm not selling it back. To be honest with you, like I've never driven a used car before. No, I never buy a used car before. I always buy new, and the reason for that is because comparing a used car to a new car, you have warranty, and then you have things that you're when you buy a new car, you have the confidence that, or at least you'll feel that you don't have issue coming with you with the car right away. But for a used car, sometimes like, the reason of the person on the other end is selling the car is because there's some hidden issue, like some trouble with the car, or that they can't handle it anymore. And buying a used car is kind of like buying their headache. So and if you spending money wisely and buying like uh, a good brand but not so expensive car, then it can last you for a long time. I remember my first car was like a Honda Civic. I bought it new in 2009 for roughly like $23,000, and I didn't and then I was able to drive that car for I think 100 something mile. 10 years later, which is like around 2022, I still drive that car. The only reason I didn't drive that car anymore because it got hit, and and I had to run, and it's got towed away and stuff like that. But I was able to use that car for 13 years, 23,000 for 13 years. That's roughly like 2,000 a year, and if you divide that again in 12, that's barely like 100 something dollar a month. In so I could drive that car for 12 plus years. And because I buy it new, I didn't have much problem at the very beginning, like the first 10 plus year. I don't have any issue at all. The only issue I have at the very end before the car got hit was like the AC system. And the odd thing about the AC system is, it's working normally, it's working, but then while the weather's getting too hot, then it stopped working. So I found out the hard way by driving like one of my clients to San Bernardino one day, and it was during the summer, and the start stopped working. I mean the AC unit stopped working, so we're having issue going coming back, and then even when I bring it to the repair shop and stuff like that, they can't figure it out how to fix the AC system. So they can just pump the air, like the new air in, but it works while the weather's normal, but it doesn't work while the weather's really hot when you actually need it. So that's some kind of like I bring it up because that's a hidden issue that you might inherit with a used car. And with a used car, you have to calculate how much you have to spend on maintenance and on repairs. So buying a used car over a new car all the time is not really a recommended thing for me from my point of view, because buying a new car, you have a peace of mind and you don't have to worry about the car getting breaking down in the first like 5 to 6 years of its life. So for that one, no, I always buy a new car, and I don't think that matters in the long term if you want to build it to like $1 million. Like, if you want the net worth to be over a million, because buying a used car is not one of them. Okay. The next thing they said is never buy fast fashion item. So don't overthink my outfit. I keep long. Okay. If I'm going to casual, I'm a pair of jeans and t-shirt. Attending a formal event, I'll wear a suit and tie. This one is actually what I do as well. I hate going shopping. I believe like shopping is so kind of like not a very good uh, time, like something that to spend much of my time on. I'm glad that I have a wife that take care of that part for me, because I don't even remember when was the last time I bought clothes for myself. Probably more than a year so already. So it's always my wife that buy clothes for me, and if I can, I'll wear like the same, like I'll have multiple version of the same outfit, and I'll just wear that on a daily basis, because I don't want to think about what I need to wear, you know, on a daily basis. It's just something that I don't like. And buying fast fashion means that you keep up with the trend, and then they have new thing like every few months, and then you have to spend a lot of money on it, which I think that is a good advice. Like don't be part of it, and don't spend money on something that is gonna be useless in the is have no more use in a month or two. So never buy fast fashion item. That's good. Okay. Never buy more food than I needed. Uh, I'm very intentional about my grocery shopping, and we always plan our meal around what we already have at home. I also dislike throwing away food that can save for the next day. If I'm at the restaurant, I can't finish everything in one sitting, I'll take it home. This is good advice, actually. I do this. Uh, don't I don't like to buy like something, even if it's on sale. Like let's say a milk carton. If if it's if to 2 or 3 gallon is like it's on sale, and then you know that you can't finish like two gallons of milk in like a week, because that's how quick it's expire. Then buying like one 2 gallons is better, because then you can at least finish it. You don't want to waste it, throw it away, because even if the second item is only like 50% of the first item, you're still gonna throw away 50% away. So buying enough for what you need, and then always try to go to Costco and buying something that is on discount, like in bulk. So okay, and then next one is never buy low quality investment items. Being frugal doesn't mean buying whatever is the cheapest, not watching worth sacrificing quality to save just a few dollars. If I'm looking to buy an investment item such as a mattress, see, like this one is like, to me this kind of sound like it's contradicting with the first item, which is like never buy a new car, because a new car you have warranty, and a new car is at least the quality is guaranteed for a certain amount of time. Whereas a used car, once once you take possession of it, then the seller on the other end don't care like what's gonna happen, and any kind of hidden issue under the car, like inside the car, you won't know about it until you start driving for a couple months, which then it's gonna be too late, because you cannot do anything else after that. So for this idea, uh, I I do agree to it, and because of that, I can't agree to the first one that he listed on here. Yeah, don't buy low quality item just because it's cheap. Buy something that you can use for a long time. That will save you money on the long run. In the long run, I mean. And then I never spend time mowing my own lawn. This is true. It's actually, I think he didn't mean like mowing lawn literally, but he mean like, something that he can he can kind of like hire somebody to do that costs less than the time he can spend on it. One of my favorite pastime when I owned my first uh, house was mowing his lawn. I took a pride in taking care of it, but it was exhausting and time consuming. Now I have a landscaping company, come mow my lawn once a week. I'm able to do extra time with the family, teach the kids how to go play guitar and stuff like that. So this is actually true. And same thing with investment advice. Like when you can hire somebody to do something cheaper than the time that you spend, then it's a good thing. Because one example I have is so when I talk to people about investing in real estate, and I talk to them about investing like a bit far away, because a lot of my clients they love to invest in Orange County, California. But whenever somebody come to me and say, oh, can you help me find investment property or an investment apartment like in Orange County, California, and I always come to them, I always go back to them and say, oh, what's your end goal? Like, what's the reason you want to invest? And if they ever tell me, oh, they want to invest because they want passive income and want to make money, I said, then Orange County, California might be not the place for you to do, because here property are real expensive and the rent aren't even like, it won't help you cover the mortgage. The reason for that is because house price around here is like, it's crazy. Like, I have client that I have people that I know that purchase a property for $1 million, but the max that they can rent out is like 4,000. So that's like $4,000 per month, and their mortgage itself is already over that, not including insurance and property tax. So why would you want to put in out like 20% of a million, which are like at least 200,000 or more, and then still have to pay out a pocket every month to cover the mortgage, insurance, and tax? That's crazy. That's not investing. That is just risking, building, building more risk to yourself. So whenever somebody said, "Oh, if you want investing," I said, "Oh, I recommend go far away, where I have my property in like San Marino or Victorville." And the reason for that is because the ratio over there, the rent to price ratio is much higher. It could in like the previous example I told you, like it's like 0.4% per month here in Orange County, but over in Victorville or San Bernardino or any place that like an hour and a half away, it can provide like 75, 80%, 0.75 or 0.80% rent to price ratio. So, and then the reason I'm bringing that up is because it's far away, and a lot of people say, oh, it's too far, and I can't go there and fix it if something happened. And I tell them, yeah, that's true, yeah, but then you can hire somebody over there. So yeah, I mean, like one of the one like I have a person that helped me like fix anything that is wrong at the in San Marino, because it's taken me an hour drive over there. So he's one of the person that I go to whenever a tenant text me and say, oh, I have an issue here, because for me to go there and that take an hour or two uh to drive up there and then diagnose the problem, fix it, and then come back, and it's gonna be like even anything that's even something that's small as like replacing like the faucet and stuff, it's gonna take me like 3 hours plus, 3 or 4 hours, right? So I have the person up there, and I've been using him for 2 or 3 years, and I work out with him where something like that, I can pay him like $100 to replace, plus the material, so maybe like 150, 200, but then it saved me like 4 to 5 hours work. And the material I have to buy it anyway already, so technically it saved me for about 4 or 5 hours of work for, because I'm paying $100, which is something that I totally think it's worth it, because that 4 or 5 hours I can do something else that make more money than the $100 I have to spend on him. So my recommend is, anything that you can delegate and it costs less compared to the time that you have to spend because of your value of money is different, then do it. So don't spend something on like mowing a lawn, because you can pay somebody like $50 for a month, coming like twice a month to mow your lawn. Now, if you break that down, that's like 50, that's like per time is like $25 per time, and $25 per time. And if you're making more than $25 an hour, and plus you don't have to take care of like the mowing machine, replacing the gas, storage in your garage and taking space in it, and then clean it once it needs to be cleaned and stuff like that, then just hire somebody to mow it lawn for you. Just like how I hire somebody to fix stuff for me up in San Marino, because it's not worth my time. So find those little tasks that you can delegate and delegate them. You don't have to do everything. Yeah, no. I mean, I know a person, another story that just bugged me a bit is I have a friend who have parents that are investor too, and they're really successful in investing. They have multiple property around the country. But the one thing that struck me when I speak with her is like, she's talking about how like, she was moving from San Diego or over down here to like actually no San Diego down here to like Irvine, closer. It's like no, actually Fresno, sorry, Fresno to San Diego. And during the move, like instead of like her parents and her renting like a big U-Haul to put all her stuff inside the U-Haul and move one time, because her dad have a truck, they insist on helping her move with the truck. Now that is not recommended, because even just for the drive back and forth is already taking a couple hours, and in addition to that, you have to spend like energy to move your stuff too, like putting it in the truck back. And then because the truck can only hold so much, then instead of like one big trip with a U-Haul, it take them like multiple trips. So is it really worth it when you're like you have multiple property that you have to take care of around the country? I mean, that's something that you don't want to spend your time on. I even heard from my friend that their parents insist on fixing everything themselves. So whenever a tenant or something have some issue, like 2 or 3 hours away, then they go there and they fix it. And because of the way that they did their business, or the way that they investing, it freaked out the kids. Like my friend, like two kids. I mean, my friend, like her parents have two kids, and both kids don't want to take over their investing business, their property management business, because to them it's too much work. So yeah, so try to delegate as much as possible. And that's how you make your spending. You can build your wealth over time. I mean, to be honest with you, like becoming a millionaire nowadays, or at least where I live in Orange County, is not that bad. It's not that hard. But you just have to make sure you spend your time wisely. Time is one of the most, because your time, the value of your time, it will grow as you grow older. So let's say you start out, 18, you're making like 15, $16 an hour. But over time, when you're like 30 or 40, your time will be worth like 50, 100, even $200, $300 an hour, because you have so much wealth that help you build wealth. So I always recommend people to invest in real estate if you can. And with this article, I do agree on most of them, but the first one, never buy a new car. That is something that I don't think it's a good idea, or at least for most people, it's not, because they don't know how to maintain. And if you're like a repair person and you know how to fix car like all the time, then yeah, buying a used car might be worth it for you, because then you save money on repair and all that stuff, and then you have to put a large down payment in front for a new car. But for me, somebody that don't know anything about car, I just want to buy a new car and be kind of like be take my mind off of worrying about the car breaking down, down a couple of months into buying the car. Okay? So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. And if you like the video, or if you want more tips on real estate or wealth building, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.